Before we get into this video, please make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. My second channel is down below if you want to check it out, or just this one. I know that a lot of people get unsubscribed. I know you hear every YouTuber say this, but I'm not a YouTuber if I don't say this, so I'm just trying to be at one. I know that YouTube unsubscribes a lot of people. I know a lot of people watch the videos and don't want to subscribe, which is perfectly fine, but if you enjoy the videos, I upload every day. I would appreciate you subscribing. Let me know if you do down below, and anyway, on with the video. I'm sorry for this. Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having the best day ever. Thank you so much for clicking on my YouTube channel, and on my video today, we have a big update in terms of the James Charles story. Now, if you watched my recent video, I would go watch that one first because we dive really in depth about what happened. And in today's video, we are actually going to be getting to James Charles's response. But James Charles is coming at it from the approach that he's a victim, and shocker, shocker. And we're going to be getting to all of it. So yeah, James has responded to this, and it's a very, very, very annoying and interesting to be constantly in this loop of these things happening with James Charles. Now, I'm going to be pouring myself a drink. Not an alcoholic drink, but a Coke. Now, I want to put you on something. So this is literally just like my little intro here to tell you that don't skip this for your own good because you're going to love it. So get a glass and fill it with ice, and get a regular Coke or Diet Coke or whatever. Now get Tabasco sauce and put it in the Coke, and it makes it like a spicy Coke. So me and my friends went to a cocktail bar recently, and they made us Long Island iced teas, like porn star martinis, all these different things, and they put Tabasco sauce in it, and it just elevated the drink to a whole new level. Now, I thought it was only gonna work with alcoholic drinks until 30 minutes ago, whenever I go to the shop and I get this bottle and I put it in my Coke, and it absolutely is life-changing. So listen, I'm just gonna go for it, you know what I mean? I like it spicy. So it is revolutionary. So I'm gonna be reviewing the James Charles clips again before we get to his response, so I just kind of wanted a drink. So I would really, really, really recommend trying this, by the way. It is so game-changing. It is so good. Hold on, let me stir it up because that was a lot of hot sauce. There we go. I was waiting for the spice to hit. Okay, there we go. So good, so good. Anyway, okay, before we get to, we have so much of what James is responding here. The original thread, if you remember, we're gonna do this very quickly. So again, if you wanna really dive into it, I'll link the video down below. But James was exposed for DMing this straight guy online. Shocker. And he said, it's a really lucrative role. It's called My Boyfriend. Requirements: 6'2", must love cuddling and escape rooms and horror movies. You must have a big dick. You must have armpit hair. You must occasionally go on a FaceTime call, because again, apparently every strong relationship is just occasionally FaceTiming each other. The salary is $0, but it's a good job offer, I think. Perks include a cute boyfriend with a great personality, doubt it, and a huge ass, artificial. Free living in a $10 million house in LA, fun travel opportunities, good head, and more. So there was this, and then we have this video where James was trying to get the guy, David, to FaceTime him, and we have David saying that he sent 2 photos to David after this, whenever David declined to take a selfie. So here we have this video, and then we're gonna get on to James's response.
So if I'd be like, oh my god, David, you're annoying, over text, right? You don't know if I'm saying oh my god, David, you're being annoying. Or oh my god, David, you're being annoying. Or oh my god, David, you're being fucking annoying. Because all 3 of those are completely different, emotions that you cannot see through text. You only get to actually experience those through a FaceTime call or through being in person. Even with a phone, you still miss out on things because you're missing somebody's facial expressions, right? So because you refuse to hang out with people, or because you refuse to FaceTime, you're not allowing people to actually get to know you as a human being. And that's a massive, massive problem whenever it comes to being in a relationship with somebody. You cannot fall in love with somebody simply just from text. So if I'd be like, oh my god,
okay,
you're annoying.
Actually, what I do want to show before the end is that James started getting really kind of aggressive, because here we have James messages David and says, who's this person, and gave a username on Instagram. So honored to be one of the 2 people that you follow on Instagram. Haha, she's a girl I'm texting. I find it hard to find people that are actually interesting to talk to. And James responds by going, wow, my competition, but I'm cuter. The guy says, LOL, you're both really great. James goes, ouch. I met her on a dating app yesterday, and James says, oh my god, and you already followed her? Bro. So James was starting to get frustrated that he had a little bit of attention that was, you know, split with someone else. James said, I'm gonna be so real with you, I just lost my competition with her. If you count actual sex, my body count is like 4, but I don't even know how many guys I've hooked up with. So James was saying this, and then James goes and messages David saying, go fuck yourself, David. Nice. So we have all these different things, right? Now, James's response to this has been through engaging with many different tweets on Twitter. So we're gonna read through all of them, and apparently David's sister has spoken up. Here's my thing. James Charles is not a victim. I do not care that the guy who was messaging with James was also liking James's messages back. I don't care if the guy was messaging James being like, I'm so in love with you. Give me your huge ass. Give me your mansion. If that guy was doing that, I do not give a shit. The problem here is, and no one is focusing on this, including all of the YouTubers who are still friends with James Charles, Manny MUA. We follow each other on TikTok. I fuck with you, Manny MUA. But the fact that even you're engaging with tweets being like James is the victim, and here's why he's not the victim. Again, I do not care if this straight guy, David or whatever, was the one so in love with James, whatever like this. Because the problem is James Charles got exposed for sending similar texts about armpits, about big dicks, about sending lewd photos to the people that he met through the dating apps who had allegedly lied about their age. All these different allegations, right? That were underage, and James sat his ass down in the YouTube video, spoke about the fact that yes, 2 of them were real. So he was engaging in a similar method of reaching out in all these messages with this David guy that he was with those kids. Now, further on by that, James got exposed for a TikTok where he said he treats his For You page like a dating app. He sat his ass down in a now deleted YouTube video saying he would never do that again. He's so embarrassed. He'll meet people in person. He'll just not use his social media power dynamic, through his words that he has a power dynamic, to meet men, boys, again. So the problem here is he is not a victim because he's being exposed. I don't care that he's being exposed, and he looks pathetic. That's on him at this stage. Again, this to me is not an issue with the David guy, and so all these, oh, his sister's speaking out or whatever like that. Sister, ironic. The issue is that James Charles has not learned and is continuously doing what he said he wasn't going to do because he was exposed for doing it in a really bad way with people that were under the age. And I cannot believe that people are like, yeah, well, he's messaging, you know, like, I can't believe, well, he's messaging people that are over the age of 18. Is that something to be proud of him for? That is the standard. Sorry, it makes me so, like, this kind of story in particular makes me so angry. So let's get through to James' response. So, do you understand the issue now? So, I do not care that people are using James Charles, because eventually it's exposing that he hasn't learned anything that he said he's learned. And that's the issue here. So, these are the tweets that James has liked. We're going to go through all of them. I'm not even going to read out who they're from. James Charles harassing another straight man. You know good and damn well, goddamn well, these straight men are leading him on so they can get a hit tweet. Okay, if James is dumb enough to engage in that and show that he hasn't learned and he's still doing the same methods, who cares? Who cares? By the way, there are so many conversations on Twitter being like, the only people calling James Charles out are people being homophobic, blah, blah. This is such a conversation about homophobia. People are trying to set gay men up. People don't like gay men. No, it's not that we don't like gay men. We don't like James Charles doing all of this. There's a difference. Oh my god, I cannot believe these, like, it's like, oh my god, another attack against gay men. No! I need to stop screaming because it's about to be 10 p.m. It's not a homophobic attack to call James Charles out for doing something that he was doing with minors, that he had acknowledged that he did 2 of them for sure. And using his social media in a way to get fucked or give head and all like this, when he sat his ass down on a YouTube video saying that he acknowledges that there's a power dynamic there and he won't do it again. That's the issue. Anyways, stupid tweet. And of course, replies are off. Lol. It's whenever you know that it's a great tweet. So, Madam X, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I love the Madam X album. I'm disappointed in this Madam X person. Even if you hate James Charles, there's no way you could believe he was having a fully sexually charged conversation by himself in some random straight man's DMs. Why is he having these sexually charged conversations in basically fans' DMs then? When he said he was gonna stop. Next one. So these are all tweets that James has liked. The uncomfortable straight man you're talking about is not uncomfortable at all in these messages. He's heart reacting and saying things like, you're both great. I'm not a James Charles fan, but I will say this straight man, David, looks pretty fucking stupid right now. No one looks stupid here except for James. Are you realizing that when you defend this situation, that you're defending him using these copy-pasted messages to anyone on TikTok using his power dynamic? There's a reason that we don't hear these stories about mainstream celebrities or YouTubers, because they don't try to find a fuck in their DMs. This is literally just how straight men talk to women all the time. It's a big deal once it happens to them. Okay, well this can be how straight men talk to women, but is it how James Charles talks to... Don't make me finish the sentence. The issue here is that this is how James was exposed last year for speaking with children in DMs. I was gonna hold myself back, but he sat down on a YouTube video and talked about how he was led on, that they lied about their age, all these different things. The end of the story is he acknowledged that he did it with 2 people that were under the age. In that video. That's now deleted. Holding myself accountable. Do we need to rewatch the video? He said there were so many fake stories, but he acknowledged the 2 of them were real. Anti-bullying advocate in this person, Tommy's bio, with a 7-part thread about some gay guy he's never met shooting his shot in a man's DMs. Be serious. Yeah, because a couple months ago it was shooting his shot in children's DMs. Not a fan of the twink in question, but I can't imagine having to consider whether my DMs will get posted every time I'm interested in someone, or if someone is interested in me, or they try to plot something embarrassing so thousands can laugh online about me. Isn't that directly the reason that James said he wasn't going to do this again? I need to hit it my hot sauce Coke. Stressing me the fuck out. Is it any wonder that all the tweets he's liking have like 30 to 50 likes, where the ones calling out that this is an exposed pattern of behavior yet again have thousands of likes? Is he actively searching for like ones that are positive towards him? How about changing your behavior so you don't have to cherry pick which people are on your side? James, I am rooting for you to do better, because I don't want other people to experience what we've seen that you've done in DMs. You've openly said that it's desperate. Like, I'm rooting for you to change. I'm rooting for you to do better. Do you realize how annoying these videos are continuously to have to make? This is not just like Trisha Paytas drama where Trisha is, you know, doing random shit, or Shane's doing random shit, or Jeffrey's doing random shit. Like, we're talking about the same thing with you month after month. It has to be embarrassing and tiring for you to hear it. Imagine us having to like see it online every time. We want you to do better. We want you to stop doing this. It's also not that hard to not do this. So, I don't like James Charles, but this straight guy clearly went back and forth with him and baited him so he can leak the conversation. Who cares? Who cares? If James was dumb enough to engage with it when he said he wasn't going to do that anymore with someone just in DMs, then, I mean, fair game. I'm the furthest thing from a James Charles defender. By the way, these tweets have like, seriously, like 50 likes. I'm the furthest thing from a James Charles defender or fan, but you cannot actually be fucking serious. If the straight guy is as old as he says, he is clearly, like, hey dude, wait, he has the, you know, ability to be like, hey dude, I'm straight, or just block him. He clearly led James on. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. And also, isn't there literally a video of James being like, I know you're straight, but while talking to the guy. Don't make me pull it up again. Straight man takes advantage of gay man, straight man takes advantage of gay man's past. transgressions to get famous online. Because why wouldn't you just block him? By the way, the gay man's past online is about him. I don't need to say it again, but like, I don't understand why we're like victimizing James Charles here. Do you all hear yourself? I can't believe there's so many of them. I'm really sick and tired of straight men talking to James and leading them on for clout. 7 tweets all to say that he pursued someone who showed every single sign of romantic, reciprocation. At this point, this stinks of homophobia. It's not homophobia. It's not homophobia. People calling this out, not homophobia. It's not homophobia. At James Charles, this is an earnest, good faith suggestion. Please hire a professional matchmaker. People are literally begging him to change what he's doing right now. I know you want love in your life. Make a small investment towards finding it. Alright, I'm no James Charles fan. It seems like a two-way conversation. I have a feeling straight guys like leading him on and conversing with him so they can put him on blast for clout. They're not uncomfortable. They know what they're doing. Yeah, what about the people that James also sent these messages to last year who he made very uncomfortable? I don't know why anyone is seeing any other point of view in this, other than James said he was never going to do anything like this again, and he has. It doesn't matter who he's messaging, he's doing the same format again. So, there are so many. This doesn't look like the guy is uncomfortable. Uncomfortable people don't advance the dialogue by calling a person great or follow the person to make them, you know, uncomfortable back. So, here we have the guy being, LOL, you guys are both great, about James getting jealous that he was talking to a girl as well, and that's the guy reciprocating. Listen, I don't even care about the conversation whenever it comes to the guy, because this is about James. So, here we have, who was this again? His own sister said he talked to James for weeks and led him on.
I'm on the internet today talking about this, but, well, this is my little brother. This is David's account, and he was talking to James Charles about a month and a half ago. All those videos are a month and a half old. And he started posting them last night around midnight, and they went viral. And now Twitter is doing its thing, Reddit's doing its thing, people on YouTube doing their thing. And he obviously did it for views. There's no hidden meaning behind it. And James Charles did nothing wrong in this situation.
Yeah, babe, clarify in this situation. This situation isn't inherently bad at all. What this situation exposes is that James Charles has not learned anything. That's the issue, babe. We couldn't give a fuck about your brother. No offense. What we give a fuck about is that your brother has actually exposed to us that James has not changed what he's doing behind the scenes. And that was a promise that James Charles made to the YouTube community that he was going to do better. So, that's what we're calling out.
I know the screenshots that's on the internet, that were sent to my brother, look, kind of questionable. But again, they spoke for a few weeks. My brother led him on a bit. Even though he said he was straight, he was leading him on. And I told my brother to take the videos down. He pretty much just told me to go fuck myself. And
Sorry.
Didn't care. But obviously I care, because I just didn't see a reason for this. Like, whatever past allegations he has, not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. Yeah. And the internet just baffles me that they took his videos and just like, here you go, world. More.
Yeah, because it exposes something deeper, babe. If you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know. Cheers. Don't speak on it if you don't know it.
Or get on the bandwagon of fuck James Charles. But that's pretty much all I had to say.
Alright, you didn't say much anyway. So, then we go on, and we have a lot of people saying the exact same thing. The way straight men love leading James Charles on for their 5 minutes of fame. So, this is the tweet that I have a big issue with. This person called Matt. James Charles is by no means a perfect individual, but everything in this thread shows two adults flirting with each other. The desperate reach to say James is making straight men uncomfortable is just regurgitating anti-gay stereotypes. No, it's not. whenever he's done this so many times, and he's done it to people who are a lot younger than him, it's not regurgitating anti-gay stereotypes. It's literally not. It's not. Do you want me to be your fucking gay voice here? It's not. It really isn't. And I can't believe people are because this take applies to a lot of things, but it doesn't apply to this. It does not apply to this at all. So. Anyways, so we have a lot of people with a very similar approach. Now, Manny MUA responded to this tweet that I just read out and said, I couldn't agree more. Manny, I like you. Manny, I really love your podcast. I've really started liking you as a person. We follow each other on Twitter. I appreciate a lot of your tweets. But Manny, this is such a... I didn't even know you were still friends with James, but to like publicly like defend him... Alright, it's a choice. A bad one, but... Anyway, I mean... the replies are just filled with people calling Manny out, obviously. So, listen. Why is my... There we go. This is a lot. I mean, James spent probably the entire week just liking all of these tweets. And... I mean, he's liking tweets with people being like, here's me, James, like, I'm a little concerned about the escape room part, but a little room to, you know, contain me. So people, like, flirting with him. So here's the thing. Nothing changes for James Charles, and James Charles isn't going to change, apparently. But it's unfair to say that we cannot make videos as the YouTube community about this when this was something that happened because of YouTube. You know, he got the platform on YouTube. He then took it to YouTube by really not apologizing. He just said, I'm desperate. He took it to YouTube. The guys who were speaking up took it to YouTube. We could talk about it on YouTube. So don't hit me with the you can't talk about this bullshit. Because if it continues happening... Muckers, please let me know your opinion of this. We'll talk down below. Alright, please subscribe. Second channel's down below. And let me know your opinion down below. Ugh.